just video. Because what I really want to see.
Are you recording, Emily?
And his phone.
Oh, good.
So, 14. No. So that'd be, again, 16. By 6, maybe? Okay, I'm going to go this way again. See that?
Yeah.
All right, which is weird because it, all these sizes seem to be the same. Whether it's just an imprint or a footprint, it is kind of odd the way they're always the same size. You know?
Right.
Okay. Hey, Bigfoot, we're here!
Oh, are we live right now?
We're live.
Hello.
Hello.
You guys got to introduce yourselves.
Oh, I'm Tobias. And
I'm Emily.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Jay. All right, so this is, what time was it about right now? Do you think about 8:30? 8:40? 8:40? 8:30. I'm good with time, am I not?
Well, yeah. All the time.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, not all the time, but
No.
yeah. So we're just making it out into the woods. It's still light, as you can tell.
Strange voices when it was just the three of us once. That was weird. I don't think anybody else heard that.
What's that?
Those voices last time?
Yeah. Well, remember, I had heard those voices too when we got the interesting results on the spirit box.
Yeah. Wasn't one probe?
Yeah. Yeah, we have the video still, and it was weird because you can hear it.
And what did we hear again?
Oh boy, somebody's gonna have to refresh my memory because my memory is hot
It's like
garbage.
probe.
Yeah, time, probe.
Last time we were
No, this was just Jay and Emily and I.
The
Yes.
first time we saw the crazy light, right?
That was the time we saw the light that went over the trail, I think. And then we did the spirit box session and heard. I don't even remember. Like, I hesitate to even try to speculate, but I know like probe was one of them.
Yeah.
And I think my general sort of sense that I got from that particular spirit box session was that whatever we were in contact with was basically relaying the idea that they were checking us out, essentially.
That's how I always feel out here. Because I'll tell you, this area here had us not running, but questionable of sounds that I basically go with if you hear an animal in the woods or anything like that. You can tell like what a small animal sounds like. In this case, it sounded big. We don't know how big, but it sounded like it stopped, like kind of a quick step, and then nothing. And to me, I'm always looking at the behavior of if that was a deer and it was bedding and you came up on it, it would kind of hop up and go, or something like that. That's my thought anyway. Do you guys want to leapfrog out of here?
Leapfrog?
Yeah. Who wants to lead? Go up about 50 yards and then...
Sure. I can do that.
Okay. Do you want to go with him then? And then do you want to go second?
Sure.
Okay.
Works for me.
Or do you want to be the bait?
I think it's light enough right now where I can be the bait.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Be the bait.
Okay. So tell us about yourself.
Name's Adam. I run the Pine Barrens Institute. I wrote the book Monsters in Print. I mostly do historic folklore accounts of strange phenomena like this, and I like to come out here with Jay because I consider myself an open skeptic, and I want the experiences. I know that Jay, like, you've caught or experienced things that are extremely intriguing to me, and I trust your truthfulness, and I want to experience that too to see if maybe I'm missing something.
Right. And well, last time you came out though, this was back in November. Do you remember what you saw?
Last time we came out, snow everywhere.
Right.
Pretty not super cold night, but it was chilly enough where you needed coats and hats and stuff like that. But we were seeing a lot of strange, almost like red like lights. They'd move freely through the trees. Since that time, I've looked a lot into Wisconsin folklore stories back from the 1800s, 1830s, and they appear to be quite reminiscent of the old tales of like Will o' the Wisps, free thinking lights that move on their own free will. That's the only I can link it to up until this point. Also that night we also heard some unexplained voices where we thought people were coming up around the bend in front of us. There was no one there, to the point it actually got us stopping, thinking that maybe there was a house or like a weird camp set up nearby, but there was nothing. Were those experiences paranormal, supernatural? I don't know. I'm kind of reluctant to categorize them because it was just that one instant, but they definitely weren't expected. And hoping to see something like that again.
What's weird is it just went into low network connection just standing here. Now it's back. That's kind of weird. Yeah. It just went to a low connection just for a brief moment, which I've been getting totally fine here. So actually, what I'm going to do is, because the mosquitoes are just chowing me right now. Are they getting you at all?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I'm going to walk up about 25, 30 yards so you can just hang back.
I'll do that.
But don't worry, we'll be here. Enjoy. This is Adam signing out. There you go. All right.
I'm here.
All right. So now Emily and Tobias went up about, I don't even see them now. So they probably went up a good 100 yards, but I won't know that until we get there. Gonna let Adam hang back a little bit. Because you always get that different feeling when you're not walking with a bunch of people or talking on Facebook Live. So probably get around this bend and see if they're there. And then I'm going to kind of wait it out. What happened?
A little bit after you left.
Wait, what? Hold on. Let me get a light. This is wild. Okay, go ahead.
A little bit after you left.
Okay. Yeah, well,
Oh yeah. Well, that was one of the long exposures, I think.
Yeah.
And you can tell. Like I think I just published one recently.
I like that one that you just published.
Huh?
I liked that one that you just published.
Whoa.
I didn't have it on a tripod.
Anybody see? I swear,
What did you see?
I was looking forward,
Okay.
and I saw it looked like a dark humanoid shape, and it just like stepped out across the path real
Right
quick.
here. This is where I got my recording of it.
Seriously?
Yep.
It was over in a second, but I swear I saw it.
Filming it.
Okay.
I gotta get my phone out real quick. Because I document everything that comes to play. Okay, so you just walked down to where you saw it. We stayed up here to
Right.
where you think it would have been. How
Yeah.
are we in comparison?
So, even from that far away, because you're wearing such a bright neon shirt, I was able to see where you are, and it looked to have been, a couple heads taller. So maybe foot and a half, 2 feet taller than you.
Okay, so I'm 6 foot.
Right. And
How about the width?
the width would have been maybe 1.5
Okay.
your size.
Okay.
And I don't think I saw the entirety of its movement because from down the trail, I realized that this curves a little bit, and it seemed to have like come and like went into there. And so I don't know if it came directly out of the trees out of sight or if it was from further down the trail. But from my perspective, it crossed the trail and went in there.
Okay, I'm glad we did what we did for documentation's sake.
Right. Well, it would have had to have been.
Was it on the path?
Yeah, well, I saw it. Let's see, from where I was standing right there, looking this direction, it would have had to have gone like from here to there, I guess. But it was so fast. I have my body cam on. I'll check the video. What time is it right now, so I know about when to check? 9 o'clock. Okay.
You can tell. Like I think I just published one recently.
I
And
like
I-
that one that you just published.
Huh?
I liked that one that you just published.
I didn't have it on a tripod
What?
or anything.
I swear,
What'd you see?
I was looking forward,
Okay.
and I saw it looked like.
You can tell. Like I think I just published one recently.
I
And
liked
I-
that one that you just published.
Huh?
I liked that one that you just published.
I didn't have it on a tripod
What?
or anything.
I swear,
What'd you see?
I was looking forward,
Okay.
and I saw it looked like.
All right, we're live. Except you can't see, because you can't see anything.
Did you hear that? Definitely. That was real loud. So more branches breaking.
Or like, it almost sounds like nuts dropping.
Maybe.
Branch or nuts dropping.
Right.
Yeah.
Something crashing.
Yeah. And what I always listen for is any sound. I'm seeing a light out there too.
There's a lot of
Lightning bugs.
out.
Okay.
Yeah, so that down the trail there, that's lightning bug for sure.
Anything that you hear kind of fall vertical, most likely. You know, animal dropping branches or
Right.
nuts or anything of that. Get a little light here. So Tobias was trailing this time around.
Right. So, I let you guys get out of sight on the trail, and I waited for a minute. And I started slowly following, and I got to this crossroads in the trail. This junction. And I was like, well, crossroads have mystical significance, so why don't I stand here and see if something happens? And I wasn't standing there for very long, and I heard a couple of small, sounded like twig snapping, like small branch breaks, and I was like, well, that could be literally anything, And right after that, I heard it sounded like two large, like something stamping, basically, like something stomping on the ground twice, in the same direction, in the foliage. And so I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah, but even prior before that is when you saw that thing on the path. I don't think we did that.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. So yeah, prior to that,
It was a lot later than this.
right. Yeah, you could see better. And so Adam and I were kind of out in front, and I was looking straight ahead, and I saw this thing. It looked like, a humanoid-shaped shadow, and it was big. And it looked like it crossed the path very, very quickly, in just a couple of steps, which seems crazy. Nobody should be able to do that. And what's interesting is we got up there, and the area that it seemed to disappear into, when you get up there, it's actually, it's a spot where the DNR has cleared a lot of the undergrowth out. And so there's lots of space between the trees. So I, for the life of me, can't figure out where this thing would have went to disappear so quickly. It's like it vanished, which again, obviously is very strange.
Wow. And you guys, if you take note right now, and I'll turn this off because the mosquitoes are hoarding here. Mm-hmm. Do you guys really hear anything out here?
Well, I hear a car now, but otherwise, no.
Well, the kettle goes all the way across, so. All right, I'm going to turn this off because this is just insanity.
But no, I haven't seen any birds, owls, anything like that.
No, that's what I mean. Nothing.
This is weird, because like when I was saying here before, we were just out looking for last week to test the comments, And, we heard owls and stuff. Or your birds around. Or was birds, yeah. But like, why don't we never see those out here? Well, that's interesting, right? You did if it didn't.
All right, you guys want to go up about 30 yards? I'm going to catch up to you.
Okay.
All right. All right. So this is just me now. Gonna be left out here in the woods by myself. You'll hear what I hear. It seems like whoever we leave behind but I mean, listen how quiet this is. Angela, I'm not sure if that was a knock or if that was from me because I didn't physically hear it with my ears. Yeah, I can't even hear them right now. Well, no, I can. So this is tougher than it looks. Head my way back. Or still walking out into the woods. Not walking back yet. You are people, right? Okay. What'd you hear? Where at? Can you describe the thuds if you?
It kind of sounded
Like very far away.
but a lot
Yeah.
deeper.
Right. It was almost like setting down a really like a
Like a
broad,
tub or something.
heavy object. Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you had like, you know, a sack of potatoes or something and you just unceremoniously tossed it on
Yeah.
the ground.
Yes, that's a good way of describing it. But it came from
Yeah, over here.
in there. Just kind of standing here talking about.
Yes, Dana's saying the same thing on here. Is it just like too quiet out here? Besides the plane going overhead, it is just.
I did see a satellite over there. That was cool.
You did. I sound shocked, but I just saw one last week too, out here in the same spot. But I still love watching them.
Oh, sure.
They're fine.
By the way, that's Tobias's body cam, his infrared. I can see it on here.
Thanks. Glad the eye.
Yes.
All right, so basically I've got this Sasquatch pheromone manufactured by Osmic Research Company, and I'm going to affix one of these chips to the back of this trail camera.
Scientist.
Right. Now, guys, this is gross, so don't inhale too much. Press that on there, nice and good, so it stays. Ooh, mosquitoes love it. They're like, oh, give me some of that Sasquatch.
Phew.
Yeah, it's very potent. Very potent. It stinks. Yeah. Hey, that thing I told you smelled bad, it smells real bad. Okay, now we put this back.
Look at poor Emily. Emily, how does it smell?
Yeah.
How does it smell, Emily?
Like if you opened up an old wet, like
actually,
an old
I
trunk
put this
full of
back.
wet
Oh.
blankets.
Got it?
Just really,
If you did what?
if you open up an old trunk full of wet blankets.
Oh yeah.
Left in the heat.
I described it when I first smelled it as that gym bag that you never emptied, that you just find in the back of your closet like 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm not touching pheromone anymore, actually. Take these guys off. Can I do this?
Like if you hate someone, you throw just one of those chips under a car seat,
Right.
and they gotta sell the car.
For real. No lie.
Good light there? Yeah. Crap, I think we invited every mosquito over here.
I didn't say.
Well, you said okay.
I just said okay to your answer.
Okay, thanks. Great. I love you.
Okay, go ahead.
So, as I discussed earlier in the investigation update that I sent out to you guys, we've placed the camera trap out here. What I've done actually is I put one of the pheromone chips on the back of the trail cam. I just attached it on there, and then put it on this tree, which is visible actually. You probably can't see it, but trust me, it's back there. And so what we've got here is sort of this cleared area, and there has been some activity over here. And so we've got the trail cam sort of set back outside of the space that's been cleared here. So hopefully it will go unmolested, and it's got the, like I said, the pheromone chip attached to the back of it. So now all we can really do is wait and see. In a few weeks we'll come back and check it, and we have geotagged this location, so we'll be able to find it again, no problem. And fingers crossed. We'll see what we get. Oh, that's so bright, Jay.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's our spotlight, which is really good because I have used trail cams out here for different things, but never this. So this is really monumental out in this area,
Right.
with that pheromone chip. So I'm hoping it works.
Right. Fingers crossed.
Fingers
For
crossed.
the audience, can you describe what it smells like?
Let's just say crop dusting.
Yeah.
When you're walking out there, we're following that.
Did
Yeah.
they say what it's a mix of?
It's supposed to be a combination of human and ape pheromones. I think it smells like a gym bag that has gone undiscovered in the back of your closet for like a year. And then you pull it out, you never bothered to wash your gym clothes, you open it up, and that first blast of sweaty, disgusting gym clothes.
Now,
But sustained.
just to let you know, I do feel like we are still being watched, and that this is, I think, they know exactly where you put it, so hopefully maybe they go up to it anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
Good
definitely.
luck, man.
Yeah, hey, thanks. Excellent. It's nice. Gives us an excuse to make sure we get back out here.
Yeah. See me with a picture of Dr. Jeff Meldrum.
Oh, I bet.
And it's so funny because they all laughed at me at Applebee's when we were eating in Pennsylvania. This is the night before the concert, or the event. I heard something about it. It's the waitress. Damn it.
Yeah, there's definitely something to my left. see anything? Yeah, that's sounds like it was over anyway. That was pretty active, and as soon as that started happening, I was like, man, how well do those pheromones work?
All right, where's Emily? I don't see her. There you are.
She's here.
Okay. Oh, is it too bright?
It's bright.
Okay, so let's just kind of start from the beginning. Just walking out. What was the first occurrence? Was it Adam when we left you behind?
Or was it that footprint?
Yeah, that could have been.
Footprint.
Yeah, the one that looked like it was in depth, and we did measure it to see. And after that, ooh, there's a horsefly. See him? Good job. He's in here.
Where'd he go? He came back.
He did. Anyway, all right. Sorry about that.
Stalked my first time.
Okay. Oops. Okay. All right. So then it was
It was made with the
leapfrog technique.
Yep. It sounded like footprint. The sound of footprints walking towards me with a broken stick to accompany them, and then another approach towards me. And then I left the area to meet up with you. I ran away from
Sorry.
I almost got the horsefly. It's right behind
Where
you.
is he? Ah! He's on me.
It was in my hair, but now it's...
All right.
This video is a cluster.
Your oldest.
He's right there. He's right there.
Is he gone? Oh, go. Oh, get away. Oh,
Just immediately tried to
look
come
at
back
him.
in.
Look at him.
He's so angry.
Look at that mother. You see him? Yeah, you keep running. I'll take your cousin the mosquito in here any day.
Comes flying out the window and breaks it.
All right, so that was 2 minutes of improv. Okay. Yes, this is edit. So, oh yeah, and you ran to me.
Yep,
Okay.
I did.
And then the next part was, sorry, that was kind of cool. Then the next would have been
Toby.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. So, Adam and I were kind of walking out ahead of you guys a little bit. I mean, not that far. I mean, we were maybe, like 15 feet ahead of you. And I happened to be looking down the path, and I saw what looked like a tall, dark, humanoid shape. It really looked like a living shadow, frankly. Crossed the path very, very quickly, like much faster than I would have expected someone to be able to. And disappeared into the woods. And then, strangely enough, when we got to where that path curved, where this thing, whatever it was, must have went, it was a relatively open area of woods where the DNR looks like they'd been out and cleared all of the undergrowth out. And so it seems weird. I don't know exactly where it could have went to disappear so quickly. It was almost like it vanished.
Yeah. And we did go back and measure it for scale. We stayed there and you went and back. So that was definitely a good key point that we did. Then after that, then we did the leapfrog thing again, and then Toby, you were back there.
Right. So at that point, I let you guys get ahead far enough on the trail where I couldn't see you anymore. And, I started walking, and, there was a junction where the two trails meet. I was like, all right, well, I'm at a crossroads, so those are areas of mystical significance, right? Why don't I just sit here and see if something happens? And I heard off the trail, a couple small breaks, and immediately I thought, well, that could be literally anything. That could be a squirrel. Who knows?
Yeah.
But they were immediately followed by two loud thumps, like something stomping on the ground twice, and that was a lot more difficult for me to explain, because it wasn't like a tree dropping a branch or an animal dropping a nut or something. It sounded like if you were to stand off a ways out in the woods and just stomp on the ground as hard as you could twice.
Did you also say like dropping a sack of potatoes or?
That was later on. Actually, that was the thump later that we heard.
Between that stretch from like the crossroads back, there was a few thumps that were heard.
Yeah,
that span.
Right, and I heard it as well when I was in the back part of the leapfrog.
Yeah,
and
you got I think it started around you, and then you heard it, and then farther down we heard it again, and then, but yeah, it was just that.
So one of the big things to do whenever I research stuff like that is, because deer will do that, they'll pound, but it always sounds louder than what I would think a deer stomp would sound like. You know what I mean? It sounded like, Tobias, like you were saying, something very heavy being dropped out there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
But was that pretty much the end of the weirdness then after we got to Stargate? Besides the 4,000 mosquitoes?
We did have that. There was a
in the
paranormal amount
Stargate
of mosquitoes.
Yeah, there was whatever was around us in the Stargate.
That was creepy.
Yeah. I was using thermal the whole time, and I didn't see anything. I'm waiting to see something in the trees, like
it just so
a squirrel or...
I think what made it creepier is we were talking about, the fire in the sky, Travis Walton.
Oh, yeah.
Like abduction, and then, we start hearing stuff around us, which sounded like something walking around on both sides.
Right.
And then it sounded like it went from one side to the other, and then around again.
Right.
And then it just kind of stopped.
Well, we just placed the trail cam with pheromone in it at that point. So, like, my immediate thought was, well, holy crap, like, how good are these pheromones? Like, how well do these work?
Well, let's just say when we were walking to the designated tree and we were following you, it smelled like you were crop dusting. Right. I mean, seriously, it was that strong. Exactly.
For real.
But then on the way back, really nothing, what was there that you guys can think of?
No, it was relatively quiet the whole way back.
All right, well, we got to make another journey out again to extract, when you're...
yeah, we'll just see what we get from the pheromone-baited trail cam.
All right, so everyone in the picture here? There we go. Thank you guys for coming out again tonight. You know what? I don't ever do this alone, so I'm glad you guys were out.
Oh, totally.
And I'm glad Adam got to experience.
I get to wear the t-shirt now.
You get to wear the t-shirt, so that is awesome. All right, let's get on with our night and get you guys back.
All right, sounds good.